going all the way back to 1957. Billy Wilder directing, one of the great Hollywood directors of the old days. Did some fantastic films. There's a whole litany. We've got a top 5 Billy Wilder article. I'll put a link again to that in the description here on YouTube. Again, if you're listening on audio only, hit up the website moremovies.co.uk and you'll find all our articles on there. But yeah, he directs this, Witness for the Prosecution, starring Tyrone Power, apparently that's how you say his name, Marlene Dietrich, which is a great famous name from old Hollywood, and Charles Laughton.
You're right. I mean, it's obviously an adaptation of Agatha Christie's
play
novel.
I think a play, is it?
And it's I think it's a play.
Anyway.
And you know, it is a kind of visual representation of the play, but it's fantastically written. That's the thing. It's a really great adaptation. The twists and the turns, you never quite know where it's going. And as you say, I watched it with my brother. He was just as enthralled as I was, and you know, everything we were guessing, the next minute it's turned, and oh no, it's not that. And
yeah,
you couldn't get it. You couldn't grasp the handle of where it was going, and at the end, you're just like, what? You know. So really, really enjoyable. I mean, I love a courtroom drama anyway, but it's really, really great mystery thriller to watch. I think it's shot really nice. It's not overly flashy with the camera moves. It just positions things really well. It's about the blocking. It's about where things are positioned that really set up what the characters and actors are doing. But the most important thing about it is, I mean, the great characters you got, which you need in a kind of court case, but the writing is just amazing, and the dialogue. I mean, Laughton's character, and especially kind of the dynamic he has with his private nurse, the lines he's coming out with, the dark humour, the kind of zingy, kind of British-style liners. I was belly laughing. It was so funny.
Even though some of it's really old-fashioned, like I remember at one point, he says to her, "If you were a woman, I'd strike you."
While on my sickbed, I seriously considered strangling you with one of your own rubber tubes.
And that's like an outrageous thing to say, especially in a modern context. But we both burst out laughing at it because, you know, it's said in a way that he's not serious. You know, he wouldn't really strike her, but it's the way that he is with her, like you say, that relationship. He was the one for me. He just stole the show. And after watching him in this, it's like I gotta watch all of the Charles Laughton performances.
I mean, it's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's how highly rated it is.
Worthy.
It is well worthy of it. It's a film that it captures your attention and you can't let go because you want to know. And it's a great ride. And it harks back to a time when the writing was this good, the acting was this good. To me, that's what this is.
Tyrone Power as well, amazing in it.
Amazing.
It's one of his best roles. I mean, we talked about him in Nightmare Alley, which we covered last year. Again, I'll put a link below for us talking about that. And he's such a great actor. But he was always, as we said then, he was kind of, you know, in his career, he was always playing the romantic lead or the swashbuckling hero. And he got tired as a person of playing those roles and he wanted more meaty stuff to do.
That's not true. I didn't do it.
What's really interesting as well is that it's very legally accurate. The stuff that happens in the court, the way people behave, and the way that the judge leads things is apparently really, really accurate to what would happen. You know, it's not overly dramatic. It's not stuff that wouldn't happen. It's like, no, it's pretty damn accurate, especially for the time.
Yeah.
That this is how it would go.
Yeah, good old British law courts. You see, you got all the barristers and the judge with the wigs on and stuff, like it still is now, you know. Yeah. But that's a cool element to it as well. That it's not, even though you got American actor like Tyrone Power in there, it's quite and Billy Wilder, of course, you know, was working in America and Hollywood for most of his career, but it feels very British, this one.
I submit, my lord, that it is entirely impossible to guess what went on in the mind of some entirely imaginary burglar.
You got all the other little characters as well, like the woman that's murdered. She's got a keeper, who's old Scottish lady, and she's really she's got it in for Tyrone Power, hasn't she? So there's a lot of humour that comes through as well, through the characterisation, and there is elements to it as dated. When he first meets her in that German beer keller after the war and stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there you can kind of, it would be frowned upon nowadays, but there's nothing in there that's so jarring that a young modern audience couldn't get past it and still enjoy it for what it is. And like I already said, I would highly recommend this to anyone who loves cinema at any age. If they haven't seen this, like I hadn't and you hadn't until the last month or so, it was just such a joy to unearth this treasure, and it's like, what a brilliant film. Fantastic.
It was kind of like, put it on and go, God, it's one of the best films I've seen in ages, and what a joy. And recommend to everyone, just go watch it and
bask
enjoy the ride
in its radiance. But Witness for the Prosecution, highly recommend. Fantastic film.
No, I didn't do it. I didn't kill her. I never killed anybody.
If you have enjoyed this video, please consider supporting us at buymeacoffee.com or join us on Patreon. All links below.